You're listening to 5 Minutes of English with Laura Pickens, a short podcast about the way we actually talk, like for real. How you say it. Hi, my name is Laura. I'm an American living in Russia, and welcome to 5 Minutes of English with me. Every week, I give tips that I've gotten from over 16 years of teaching English to Russians. Today's tip is about speaking. My clients desperately want to improve their speaking abilities, and they think that they need to do it through learning more vocabulary, learning more grammar, or if it's about speaking, they want to work on their pronunciation. These are not the things that are going to make you a better speaker. The magic comes in how you say it, not what you say. We are talking about intonation and also the music and rhythm of language, but most importantly, the intonation. The intonation is the ups and downs, the quicks and slows, where we put emphasis and where we don't. To prove my point that intonation is more important than pronunciation, I would like to bring you to the phrase, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe you do. I am not opening my mouth. I am not pronouncing anything. I'm not articulating, but it is the universal sound of I don't know. When we are babies, we mimic our parents, and we don't mimic the pronunciation of what they say. We mimic the intonation of what they say. That's why babies, when they say wawa, we know that they want water because it's the speech patterns of water with yes, the pronunciation of wa, but that is the only recognizable sound in that word. So much of our meaning comes inside our intonation. For example, we have the phrase, are you serious? Neutral, are you serious? Angry, are you serious? Or how parents talk to their children when they say no. Listen to the different ways that the intonation can show different meanings. No, no, no. No. No, 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 no. The difference between these different no's is just the music and intonation. So much of our meaning is there. So, how does this help you as a language learner? When you pay more attention to your intonation, when you mimic what English speakers do, you yourself will sound so much more natural than any other change you can do to your speech. Let's take, for example, this sentence. I was thinking about calling you later. I was thinking about calling you later. The intonation shows the intent. The blending shows it's natural. The music shows the interest. Just by adding some more music, some more intonation to your speech, it automatically sounds real. My recommendation to you when you are learning a language is to follow the tips of Trevor Noah. He says when he travels around the world and he gets to listen to all these different intonations and dialects, he would mimic it as if he was making a comic impersonation of someone. Like as I speak Russian and I put on my Russian accent. Hello, my name is Lora. I am very happy to meet you. This is just me doing a caricature of the Russian accent. But when we do this, we're actually copying the intonation patterns. We're copying the music that we hear. It's actually quite easy to do when we're mimicking someone like a joke. But when we do this, we're actually learning the musical patterns of natural speech. Oftentimes when I hear people speaking English in different dialects, I will do the exact same thing. It looks like I'm making fun of them, especially Australians. Oh no, clear. But when I do that, I start to understand, my mouth position. I start to understand like they have this natural inflection at the end of their sentences. And I start to sound more authentically Australian, and I do sound authentically Russian, even if my pronunciation is terrible and my grammar is bad, but my intonation, spot on. So for you as language learners, I would recommend that you find somebody who has the language that you want and mimic them like you're making fun of them, focusing on that intonation. And then apologize and explain why you're making fun of them. I release these podcasts once a week, but if you'd like to see more about what I do, like my deep dives and the cultural differences between Americans and Russians, you can find my videos daily released on Instagram, YouTube, Telegram, Contactee. All you have to do is look up Laura Pickens. With that, I will see you guys next week.